What's up, guys? Boy here. Today we're going to be doing another video. We're going to take a look at the Z-slasher machete from Texsport. Let's get started. Yes, the 2013. Now, as you can definitely know, for one starters, basically my first visit to, you guessed it, Mickey Surplus. And of course, the entirety of the zombie craze was basically pretty high on there. And yes, it's basically of the word zombie knife or zombie machete is basically selling is basically crappy knives that basically offer $1 out there. Now, there's actually some pretty good ones out there. There's actually pretty rarely good ones, or actually pretty good ones, like the zombie tools. And I could tell you that is like some goated piece. And then the one I have, and another one, which is the K-bar, which I could tell you for one stars. If I find all the pieces, and this is like a funny story about this situation, because I was actually gonna buy the K-bar Pestilence Chopper, which that's one of the more easier ones you can find out there. This one, oh man, this one's pretty hard to find out there. So I was basically, of course, they decided, yeah, my parents couldn't buy me the K-bar Pestilence Chopper, but instead decided to say decided to show me this piece, which was $20. And when I basically tested this piece out, that was in 2013. It was actually a pretty decent machete out there for a decent price out there. So let's get started on the piece. Now, for the sheath itself, it's basically a bunch of snap-ons just for on top of the thing, top of the sheath out there, with a leather tip on there. There's actually three belt loops. One for the top, one for the middle, and one for the bottom, which looks pretty cursed out there, I could tell you that. And of course, the button for this piece, button for basically for the handle. And now there's another one that's very similar that I almost bought, which was the Cold Steel Jungle Machete. Of course, it has basically, well, small to bigger holes, possibly of 7 holes. Of course, have like a handguard to this. And now let's get to the size length of the machete. Now, size length out there for the blade itself is basically 15 and a half inches. You could see it out there. Yeah, 15 and a half inches. And then the handle, it's basically a 5.5 inches. Well, let's focus that bad boy. Okay, yeah, 5.5 inches. But the overall length of the blade, if I can, let's see, almost of 21 inches. And as for the basically the length of the blade, the thickness of it is basically, well, a 1/2 inch. Basically a 1/2 inch out there. And I tried doing research on the piece for what type of material it is. It's basically called as tempered steel. So it's pretty weird about that one. So let's go test this blade out and see if it's actually good or bad. Let's find out. So the results out there, you could probably know, it's pretty amazing. So this is like cut through the bottle pretty good, like clean cut. Now for this guy, again, the cut through, but it just needed some edge alignment. You probably know that one's another good one. For this one here, it actually went through perfectly well. It's a little rough on the edges, but again, that was like one strike. Well, for the harder plastic for the thing, yeah, it like cut through it, and you could probably know that one's really did well of all things. This one, like strike down on the thing, you could that's really good. It's funny that it actually cut even the cap off too, which is even funnier. Now, this was originally going to be used with a mall katana, but since it couldn't, it was basically couldn't handle the harder plastic, so I gave it second chance and it didn't. Is this one like perfectly cut through the entire bottle itself? Like there's nothing on this, and the striking, again, it's like one piece of hair plastic on the thing just could hold it, which is pretty crazy. You know, this was alongside with my. It actually had the same price range with the kukri, the cold steel kukri machete. That one's another good one, but it definitely was on the same, like, you know, kind of same size, or rather almost same size, like my now discontinued Hellion, which the Zombie Tools Hellion, which is now discontinued, like pretty much on the smaller. It's a little smaller than the Hellion, but it really did a hell of a job of it. Like that's a really good piece. So I give my Z-slasher machete, and just like you could probably know, somehow this one defeats the Hungry Hank of all things. Really did well. Yeah, my thing I don't like is the handle being bright orange and yellow. That's like, it's one of those, feels more like a hunter, or like one of those, you know, knives with, or basically machetes and knives with orange handles. So I give the Texco, the Z-slasher machete, an astounding of an 8 out of 10. A really good machete to have, and it's really did a best job about it. So that wraps up of the Texsport Z-slasher machete. I'm Artillboy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.